Alright, so now we're looking at homework section 1.2. First thing it tells us to find the numerical value of this expression. Remember, an expression has numbers, variables, and mathematical operations. So it says find the numerical expression when x is 4. So all we're going to do is just replace x with 4. I also want you to remember that 7 times x is just, or 7, the variable 7x is just 7 times x. So this is a nice problem you could just go ahead and put into your calculator. You put the top part, if you do 2 separate parts, you get 13. And then on the bottom, you get 12. So we got our solution right there. Okay, the next problem. Same thing, find the numerical value. This time they'd say, hey, x is 1 and y is 4. So we're going to replace x with 1 and we're going to replace y with 4. So we work this out. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13. And now we're going to be doing is multiplying by 6. 13 times 6 gives us a solution of 78. Another problem just like that. This time they tell you x is 3 and y is 2, and we're just going to replace x with 3. And you're going to replace y with 2. Same thing in the bottom. Once again, you could just work that out. Another nice problem you can put in your calculator. We get 16 on the top. If we take it step by step, and we get 19 on the bottom. And we'll see this is also another problem that, excuse me, another problem that will not reduce anymore. So we can just go ahead and say that is our answer. Here they want you to change the word phrase to an algebraic expression. Remember, an algebraic expression just has numbers, variables, and mathematical operations. And here they're telling us that the variable we're going to be using is x. So this says 16 is subtracted from a number. X is the number. 16 subtracted from the number can be written as 16. Well, that's being subtracted from x. Anytime it says subtracted less than difference, it's always going to be backwards. All they want you to do is write these words as an expression. The next problem, decide whether the given number is a solution. So here they're telling us, is 1/3 a solution? So all you're going to do is replace 1/3 for every x that you see. So the question is, does that equal 7/8? That's the question. We could just input this in our calculator. You got 1/3 plus 2 and it's just a matter of practicing it on your calculator and getting yourself familiar with it. After you're inputting your calculator, you should see that the left does equal the right side of the equal sign, so yes would be your solution. So the next problem says determine if the following is an expression or an equation. For it to be an equation, it must have an equal sign. Here we see we have an equal sign, therefore it is an expression. We will say it is an expression. And this last problem here tells us average hourly earnings of a production worker at the steel company from 1996 through 2002 is approximated by this equation, where X represents years and Y represents hourly wage. They want to find out how much is the average hourly in 2002. So all we're going to do is replace X with 2002. We have Y equals 0.499 times 2002 minus 974.2. Nice problem you could just input into your calculator. 0.499 times 2002 minus 974.2. You get a solution of 24.798. So Y equals 24.798, but they tell us round to the cents. Cents is just hundredths. So we'll get 24 point. We locate our hundredths because this is an 8. That's going to go up, so we 0.80. And that right there is your solution. Remember, on your calculator, there is this key that looks like that, and all that does is change a fraction to a decimal, or it works the other way as well. So a nice section, and once again, a lot of computation. You could just go ahead and use your calculator.